Good evening and welcome to Candid Conversations. I am your host, the laid back, down to earth life coach, Aisha Israel. And tonight we are having girl talk. So, tonight I have with me three lovely young ladies who are ready to get their conversation on. And just moments away, we will be ready to start with our scenarios, questions, and memes. So, get your wine and get ready for the conversation. All right, first up, on my screen, I have Dawn. Dawn, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hi, y'all.
How,
Hey.
how are you this evening? All the way from Chicago, Illinois.
South Side, 87th Street. Everything's amazing. How are you tonight?
I'm wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Trying to get my energy up. I didn't get a chance to take a nap.
Oh, yeah. We women of a certain age, we got to get a nap going.
I know, right? All right. Okay, and next up we have Brittany, all the way from Chicago.
Hey,
How are you, Brittany?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Good, good. And last but not least, we have Sensei, all the way from sunny California.
Hello, ladies.
Is it sunny out there?
Sun is setting.
What'd you say?
I said the sun is setting.
Oh, okay. But it was sunny today?
Yes, it was nice today. Like 90 degrees.
Oh, wow.
You said 90? I'm so jealous. All right. Okay, so I'm going to explain to the audience how this works. So as you see before you, we have four young ladies, and we're getting ready to get started with girl talk. Ladies, do you have your wine?
Yes.
Cheers. Check.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to ask each young lady if they would like to be given a scenario, a question, or a meme. They get to choose, and the lady who chooses has the first opportunity. I hear some feedback. Has the first opportunity to respond, and then after they get a chance to respond, then the rest of us will chime in. Okay? Ready? Dawn, you're up first. Dawn, what you doing?
Too much? Sorry.
All right, you're up first. Do you want a scenario, a question, or a meme?
I'm trying to share it to my page, actually. Share the candid conversations. Let's go for a question.
A question. All right. Give me 1 second to share my screen and we will get started. All right, question. First up. Okay, can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. Would you remain in a relationship with a person whose friends and family aren't too fond of you?
Damn, friends and family. Whoa. Yeah. Well, I know from experience from family. Okay. As long as my spouse, mate, or whatever is supportive of me and caring and understanding my feelings and protecting me, I'm there for him, not those clowns. So yes.
Okay.
I would.
All right. Anybody else?
I might not be too fond of them either.
I'm just glad I didn't get that question.
Well, how do you feel about it though? Would you?
I don't know. Like, younger me would have said no. Older me kind of agrees with Dom because, like, the older you get, how much are you really interacting with their family anyway? So I don't know because I feel like I got my own family. I don't really do families anyway. So it's like, not that I dislike them, but what am I over here with you for? If I need a sister, I got one. If I need cousins, I got them too. So I don't really need your family. As long as they're not disrespectful.
Got it. And there's no way, I mean, from this, it's just a question, so there's no way to tell. Sunny, did you want to chime in?
I agree with Brittany. The younger me wouldn't have been able to handle it, but the more mature me would say okay, because there's been a few little things that have popped up, and unfortunately I have this attitude of cut my nose off to spite my face, and God is working on me with that.
Okay.
It's easy to cut people out of my life and be like, okay, but I know that's not how I would want to be. And my husband is very close with his family. So if it was like, say, not him, a different scenario, whatever, it would depend. How close are they to their family?
Right.
And I mean,
they're really close. They're close. They come over. We do Thanksgiving and Christmas and birthdays.
then you can't. I would say it's no, because it can't be fake.
She don't do families. She's
Fake.
It's too much.
I can't.
I think it depends, though. I mean, so kind of like what Sunny's saying, it depends on how close they are to their family. You know what I mean? And how much time they spend with their family. Am I going to constantly be put in a situation where I'm uncomfortable and being treated a certain way? And not necessarily where anybody has to be blatantly disrespectful, but just uncomfortable if it's clear that they don't like you. But if they're not that close with their family, or they don't spend that much time with their family, or they're willing to separate themselves a little bit, then I think that would be fine. But I don't think anybody, I mean, I wouldn't personally want to be around somebody's family all the time if that's the situation. But if there's like, you know, only occasional congregation with the family, then right.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant exactly. Because even if they are close to their family as adults, like even with your friends, you're not with them every day. To me, that's weird. If you pushing 40 and you mean to tell me like every single day somebody coming over, or that's kind of strange to me.
That's immature.
Yeah.
I feel you. Okay.
Unless they live with their mama.
Ooh.
And that's a whole nother situation, right? I mean, that depends on the age too. Yeah. Okay. That was a quick one. All right. Who's up next? Brittany, you're up next. Would you like?
I would like a scenario. I just need to plug my laptop in real quick, but I would like a scenario.
All right. Let's get you a scenario. Can you see it?
No.
No? Okay. What did I do wrong? Oh, how about I didn't share the screen? I thought I did. Okay, there we go. Can you see it? Okay. All right, so it says, my boyfriend's sister disrespected me. She reached over me and took my seatbelt off while I was sitting in the front passenger seat and told me to get in the back seat of his car while he takes her to the store. That was my first time meeting her. She was also drunk.
Oh, Lord.
What are they asking? Does she get a pass because she was drunk?
I didn't understand the well, I guess it's not a question, it's a scenario.
Scenario. So what's your reaction?
I don't know. I'm licensed to carry and I practice my Second Amendment rights, so it's probably not a good scenario for me. Don't play with me like that.
Well, that's the answer.
So somebody could get hurt, is what you're saying.
I mean, like, not even to ask, to say like, you just reached over me and undid the seatbelt and said, get in the back. Like, she not that drunk. She knew how to take my seatbelt off and tell me to get in the back so she could go to the store. So she couldn't have been that drunk.
You know what? I have so many questions.
My heart started beating fast when you read that. I had to remember this was fiction.
Well, I mean, I think about this. So, okay, she just said my boyfriend. She didn't say my boyfriend of 6 months, my boyfriend of 10 years. I mean, like, what's the situation here? Because
that don't matter. This could have been my Uber. That's disrespectful. You just reached in and took my seatbelt off.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily mean how you respond to the sister. I'm thinking about, is this something?
Oh, okay.
It's a new relationship, and this is how the sister acts. I'm questioning, you know, how much longer is this going to last? But now, if we've been together for a while, why am I just meeting your sister? You know, it's just, for me, it's a lot of questions to ask.
Yeah, I don't
because
really
she
know.
ignorant as hell. He don't bring her around much.
Right, clearly.
And she shouldn't come around that time. I probably, like, I don't know. Maybe I would just close the door and say, let's go. Like, she can't even get a ride to the store at this point.
I feel you there.
That's probably the best way to do it. Like,
so no pass. So she gets no pass, drunk or not.
absolutely not. I don't do drunk passes past a certain age. I don't know.
What's
And
that?
if you need to take her to the store, just drop me out first. That probably would have been the most appropriate. Just close the door. Can you drop me off, and then you can come take your sister wherever she needs to go.
To avoid any type of ugly situation.
Yeah.
I agree.
I would have said, yo, sis, okay, get out. And then reach over and push the gas. Dumbass in the street.
Right. I feel you. Sonny, did you have any input?
I hope I was drinking too, so that I could really wouldn't heard what she said or like responded. You know, just would have been real passive. I'm nicer when I drink.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
But see, I don't like this scenario because it doesn't tell us what he did or said. Like, and it don't tell us who we're addressing. Because I feel like if I'm in a relationship with somebody, I should never have to address your family or friends if they disrespect me. That's your job.
I totally agree with that.
So I wouldn't have really felt like I had to say anything to her. Now, if he didn't say something, then I have something to say to both of them.
I wouldn't have got up.
What'd you say?
I wouldn't have got up.
Oh, I definitely wouldn't have got up. But I mean, like, the scenario just doesn't tell us what he's doing. And it doesn't say, like, it doesn't ask, what do you do to her or what do you do to him? It's just saying, like, what do you do? Initially, I'm going to look at him. Mm-hmm. Initially. Yes. And then if he don't say nothing, it's like, oh, okay, just take me home and I'm going to let y'all deal with that.
I'm trying to imagine myself sitting in a chair and somebody reaching over me. I don't know with that blatant disrespect if there's going to be enough time for me to look over to him and see his reaction before, like you said, either somebody gets pushed, the door gets closed, or it's not good.
It wouldn't have been enough time. You simply say, you address her. It's a knee-jerk reaction. I mean, you don't jump over the back seat on her and choke her out, but it's just like, yo, sis, what's good?
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. That's my first reaction. She reached over, she unbuckled my seatbelt, which is kind of easy to get to from the back seat. Boom.
But you don't know she opened your door. She
opened the door.
That's what I was assuming, that she opened the door.
Oh, right.
She reached over me and took my seatbelt off while I was sitting in the front passenger seat and told me to get in the back seat of his car.
Yeah, that was my assumption, that she opened the passenger door, reached over. That's how I visualized it, but it doesn't say. But okay.
Move on. She got a little mirror action. She got a little door action in.
Right. No pass at all. All right. Let's see. You said she would have got a little door action. I definitely would be there. All right. Let's see. Sonny, it's you.
Yeah. I don't like your scenarios.
That's fine.
Question. We'll go back forth.
Or me.
Oh, a me. Okay, yeah, let's do a me.
All right. Can you see it?
No.
Okay, let me stop sharing. I wish there was a quicker way to do this, but I apologize. Okay, a meme. Let's pray. All right.
Okay. Sign. What would it need?
If your ex was a street sign. How far back you got to go for an ex, Sonny?
I got to go back 23 years. Give me a second. Let me think. So my ex was a street sign. But caution.
Caution?
Caution.
Okay.
Caution. You need to well, apparently he's my ex. We didn't get to the place I wanted to be. So caution. Mm-hmm. Enter at your own risk.
Mm-hmm. Do not enter is what I would hit as food with.
That's the first thing came to my mind.
I'm trying to think. What is the I'm trying to, for me, what's the name of the street sign where it shows like men working ahead, somebody falling in a pothole?
Road work ahead.
That's like alert up here if you proceed. Like, do not proceed. Period. All of these.
It depends on which ex for me.
Do not
Because
enter.
Yeah. I would say one that I claimed. This is a good person, just not committal enough. Which is why they were ex.
Mm.
Oh, Patrice is funny. I'm sorry. See the comments? Somebody said U-turn.
That's a good one. U-turn, yes.
I'm probably the ex that they say wasn't committed enough and do not answer. Somebody probably saying that about me. I'm that.
Oh no.
Like when you say you were exit ramp.
Right.
That's hilarious.
I'm trying. Road work ahead.
That's for sure. For sure.
Yes.
But mine would be what's the sign when you put up and it's blocked off? No through street? No, when it's like a
dead end.
Oh, dead end.
Dead end.
Yes.
That's it.
I like that one. Dead end.
Going nowhere fast.
Yeah, that's perfect, Dawn. I like that one.
Yep.
Okay. All right. My turn. I will take. What did you guys take? Somebody took a scenario. Somebody took a question and a meme. Okay, you guys got creative. All right, I'm gonna do a question.
Okay.
Question. Okay, that's the last one. Next one. Oh shoot. Why choose this? Okay. Should a wife be allowed to go in her husband's wallet? So the reason I said oh shoot, because I've just seen a lot of arguments recently going on about this on social media. So I have a big issue, first of all, just with the word allowed. It always kind of just hits a nerve with me. I feel like, okay, so it says wife. So I look at things a lot differently when it's a marriage and when it's not a marriage. I feel like there are certain privileges that come with marriage. And one of those is, I mean, like, I don't necessarily have a reason to just go through my husband's wallet, but if something's in there and I need to get it, absolutely, I should be allowed to go in his wallet and get it. Like, I don't see
go in. It says go in.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't see what the big deal is. I can't think of anything specific, but I'm sure, like, if my husband calls and tells me, to get this credit card or do something, I mean, I don't know. I just don't think that's a big deal. So I'm really not sure where this came from. If a woman asked this because her husband gave her a hard time, or if a husband asked this because he wanted justification for telling his wife not to go in his wallet. I don't know, but I don't.
Most men don't hand the wallet over. It's the phone they don't want you to go in. You can have a wallet.
See, and I, yeah.
No, my husband had. Well, okay. I think a wife should be allowed to go. I'm old school. A husband should not go in my purse, but my husband had a problem with going in his wallet unless he said, "Go in my wallet."
I like Patrice.
That's our wallet.
She said that's
our wallet. Patrice words, sis. You be taking the words out of my mouth, sis. Like, was yours is mine. Was mine is yours. Was mine is mine.
So,
mine is yours.
Wait, is everybody married except for me?
I'm not. I mean, I'm married on paper right now.
Okay.
Woo, Lord. So I'm happily separated for a year now.
Okay.
But I'm gonna get back to my husband in 4 years.
I'm on my second marriage. Sonny's been married for a long time to her one true love.
Oh,
years.
I guess I'm the Jezebel of the group because I'm
Jezebel
in these streets. Yep.
Girl, it took me a while. I got off these streets 9 years ago. I did the streets dirty, honey. You're not a Jezebel. You're living your life like it's golden.
Yeah.
Don't claim that word.
Yeah, man, and that it's something different.
Wait, so so this is not the question, but let's talk about the phone, because obviously I think we're all in agreement with that wallet thing. That's not But the phone, I think that it's different. Again, I think it's different when you're married and when you're not married. I also think there's a difference between being allowed to go in the phone and just out of respect not going through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a reason necessarily to pick up my husband's phone and just go through it. But now there's times where, like, it might be ringing and he might say, get the phone. Or I might say, honey, your phone is ringing. So-and-so's calling. I don't think that should be a big deal. But I know there are plenty of couples that have had major arguments over the phone. They don't want their spouse to touch the phone. They don't want their spouse to look in the phone. They have a code on their phone.
I mean, but let's be real though. The only reason without permission to go in a wallet or phone, without permission, is snooping. Like, why else would I be in my husband's wallet? Unless he said, get this out of my wallet. Like, it's not, my business is not in his wallet. Like, legit. And my business is not in his phone. Like, I don't need anything out of his phone except for nothing.
Right. I agree.
So
I'm single and I wouldn't mind someone answering my phone, but don't go through my phone. If you answer it because it's ring, I don't care about that. But don't go through my phone. And I don't go through phones because I think personally, everybody has something in their phone that could be taken out of context if you don't know. And it don't have to be an exchange between a man or a woman. It could have been something I was talking to my friends about that's just not any of your business.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
But see, when it comes to a husband and a wife, what business do I have that's not his?
Your friend's business. If I talk to you about something that's not your husband's business.
But see, I don't agree with that. And I tell my friends this up front. If you want to tell me something confidential, you understand there's a strong chance that my husband is going to hear about this. He's my best friend.
Oh yeah.
So if you don't want my husband to know, then you probably can tell me.
And I disagree with that. And that's the reason why I really feel about that, because if I'm talking to you, I'm not talking to him. So I feel a way if I tell you something in confidence and you go and tell your husband, that's a problem for me.
No, if he does,
you will never know I told my husband. But no, I told my husband.
Right. Exactly. But if you have that expectation, then you're interfering with the marriage, because that covenant is sacred. So
I don't think that's interfering with a marriage, because I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about something between you and I that I'm asking you to keep from your husband. I'm talking about me, Brittany's business. If I tell you something secret of me that don't involve you, that's not making you, it's not implicating you, I'm not asking you to lie for me. I'm not asking you to cover anything up, but I'm confiding in you as a friend. That's not your husband's business.
But how about this though? Okay, Brittany and I talking. You my N-word. All right, sis. And I'm like, damn, don't tell anybody. I'm not gonna tell anybody. I'm gonna tell my husband though, because I gotta talk about it. And he is the only person that is a reliable source. He don't give a fuck. He doesn't care. He forgot as soon as I told him. He forgot.
Right, and that's basically it, because my husband really could care less about what so and so is doing.
Well, that's just why I don't confide in married women. So,
but that's probably a smart thing. I mean,
what kind of comment is that?
That's the truth. I don't want
I don't confide in married women because they trust their husbands.
It's not about you trusting your husband. You can trust him all you want to. You married him. I didn't. I don't trust your husband, and I don't know him like that. If I wanted him to know, I would have told him.
No, you wouldn't have told him, because you better not talk to my husband like that. So, what you can't accept
is talk to you like that, because you gonna go tell him.
Me and my husband are one. And you know what?
Oh,
you would have never known if we didn't candidly talk about this. You would have never even known that all of your friends told their boyfriend too. So you might not talk to women, because that's pillow talk. What our girlfriends do is straight up pillow talk.
You said, I
Let's
disagree.
be real.
My friend's business is my friend's business.
Thank you, Lace. That's my best friend.
Because your husband will look at your friends differently.
Absolutely.
No, he won't. Girl, please. I've been friends with my girls for 30 plus years.
He don't care what you're doing. He probably don't even remember.
A clown.
If I come and I vent and I say something about a friend or whatever, probably the next time I mention it, he'll be like, "Who are you talking about? What?" He doesn't remember that I told you because he doesn't care. You know what I mean?
What if your husband knows your friends? Like these are your mutual friends.
My husband knows my friends, but he doesn't care like that. Like he literally, my husband is not real big on holding grudges. He doesn't care like that, really. But
well, you got a unicorn because
I don't think
No,
so.
most men don't. Oh, check this out.
I've been in the situation, so I'm speaking from something that I've went through, and
How about this?
we have to agree to disagree, and I just don't agree with that. If I were married, and I can't speak on it because you guys are married and I'm not, but I feel like if a friend came to me and if it wasn't putting me in a position, now I would never put a married friend in a position to lie to their husband on my behalf, because I would never come between that. But if this is something that has to do with me and not to do with you, it's not his business.
Oh, okay.
I just don't agree. Patrice said, "But what if you have a whole friend?"
Hey,
my whole friend will tell me all their escapades, so I probably don't tell. You know what I mean? Like there's certain things.
I don't tell that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah.
But come on, okay, boyfriend, husband, whatever. You never sat and chatted with Brittany, or do you? Your mate, your spouse.
Lace, you have to meet my husband. You have to meet him.
You never set up, not necessarily told a secret, but like chatted to your boyfriend or whatever, or girlfriend about what you talked about earlier with someone.
My friends know I am the secret holder. I
am too,
wholeheartedly say that.
Let's be real. This is candid conversation.
It was like being completely real. Not if it was something I knew for a fact she didn't want me to tell. Now, if it wasn't that big of a deal, then that's different. But if she told me not to say anything, no, I would not. No, I would not.
Okay. What is that big of a deal considered? Let me get it. Let's do our own scenario.
Okay. So if my friend told me, don't tell nobody, but I'm pregnant and I'm not sure who the daddy is, I would not tell my boyfriend that. No. No.
Would you tell your husband?
I've never been married, but I don't think I would. No.
I think you would, Liz. I think you would. If you chilling out with your husband and y'all laying in bed and something pops on television and you like, damn, Brittany ass says she don't know who her baby daddy is either. And it's just a conversation.
I think it depends on the relationship that you have with your husband. I look at my husband like my best friend. So there's not a whole lot that I don't tell him. Now, do I tell him everything? I mean, some things just don't come up, but I'm not necessarily holding information from him. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm not always running to tell him. Like
if I got married and I would look at my husband as my best friend, I would want to tell him everything pertaining to me. Mm-hmm. But if this has nothing to do with us and our household and she told me something in confidence, I think that why would I even? Because at that point you gossiping. It just so happened. What makes gossiping with him different than telling one of your other best friends that you're not married to?
Because that man know he bet not.
But your other so-called best friends might feel that way too. You might feel that way about them too. Like she knows she better not say them. But what's the difference?
No, I don't do that. Girlfriends, no. But I legit.
I guess it depends on what type of situations you allow yourself to be in and what type of friends you have. So if I'm feeling like I have friends that are mature and they're not making those kind of mistakes, like to be pregnant by somebody and don't know who the daddy is, that hasn't happened.
It hasn't happened to me. I was just giving an example of something.
I don't.
Probably the most. I can't even think of anything seriously raunchy that I would even be able to tell my husband.
Well, if one of your friends said they cheated on, one of your married friends said they cheated on their husband, would you tell your husband that?
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. I do that.
But I do not. Why we're not hanging around that person too often because
or even if
she thinks we're married men. I just don't. So that's a boundary that I have. So. Yeah, no, I might still hang out with that person occasionally, but we're not about to be hanging out with that person on a regular basis. If I know that's a boundary that they don't mind crossing.
No, I said that she cheated on her husband.
Right. So that's a boundary she doesn't mind crossing.
Oh no, I thought you said if she was messing with a married man.
But she's married. My thing is she's married and she gets around with somebody who's not married. So that marriage line is kind of blurred for her. So I'm saying that's not somebody.
Yeah.
I didn't hear
my husband.
It just sounds judgmental to me, but okay.
That's judgy. It is. It does sound a little judgy with Aisha.
It does sound judgy.
Well, I'm
about to judge you.
Don thinks I'm judgy anyway, but I seriously think that there are boundaries that need to be clear. And so if I feel like you're not setting those clear boundaries, then you're not necessarily somebody I want in my space on a regular basis. Now, do I think people make mistakes? Do I think people are allowed forgiveness? Do I think people mature? Of course. But I mean, why would I want to put myself in a situation with somebody that blurs those lines? Those aren't lines that I think can be blurred.
Sometimes you don't even know. Aisha, I'm sorry, but I do kind of think you are judgy sometimes. But you are married. I'm not really. Brittany is not. Sunday. Sonny. Do you tell your husband of 23 years just shooting the breeze? Just anything?
Okay, I've learned. Aisha knows. My husband is a pot stirrer. He likes to poke at people. So I don't because he don't forget. Okay. And so I had and the scenario happened, and it turned out that her husband had set her up in a situation, gave her false hope that they were working through things, and he turned around and left her like in a few months.
Wow.
Just gone.
And what, your husband warned her?
Previously,
I hear noise.
What was that sound?
No.
What did you say?
He had said something previously to her, like, I got your back. And so it made her wonder, did he know something she didn't know? Okay. She told me to say anything because she hadn't dealt with it. And he would answer my phone if she calls. He answers. Whoever calls, he answers. I don't care, but he acts silly. And so she didn't want him to say anything to her because she hadn't dealt with what had happened. Like, aren't you happy? No. So she was like, don't say nothing. So it was like, he would say, how she doing? Oh, she good. And that was it. That's all I could say. She's fine.
Yeah. Man.
I had to wait for the green light to share that because she couldn't deal with it herself at the time to let the world know. I shouldn't say the world, but those outside of that immediate circle. So with that, there's certain things that I think a woman should be able to confide with another woman that she calls her sister, her ride or die, it just, and you want to know that that's between y'all. So when you talk about you share things with your husband because he's your best friend, you do know what to share and not. There's certain things that we just won't share.
I agree.
It's too girly, private.
Yeah.
So
there's probably things that so like if a girlfriend of mine went to her gynecologist and something was going on, I don't want to tell my husband that. He doesn't want to hear about that. You know what I mean? So I get certain things. You know what I mean? It's not like I feel like every piece of information I get, I gotta go tell him. It's not necessarily like that. But like I said, I would let somebody know I'm not making a point to not tell my husband something. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not making a point to tell him.
Right. It's just that there's no I don't know. I feel like I talk to him and certain things might be said.
Hey, I'm with you. If he's not trained enough, somebody husbands might get mad out there. He's not trained enough to do a balancing act. Look, brother, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. If you bring your ass out here in this living room and expose us, then it's a problem. Like, don't cause a problem. But I'm not like
causing a problem. It's like showing concern, but it's still. I was like, stop stirring the pot.
Yeah.
Just say, you feel better now that you got rid of the dead weight. You may not
You would say that?
But it's some husbands out there that talk like women though, and that you can't tell, and they will drop little hints or say or make little snide remarks or things like that.
Mine didn't do that though.
Yeah. But
my husband did a lot of things, but he didn't do that stupid mess right there. That's crazy.
But y'all can't tell me you don't know it's men out there that do that.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that there aren't.
And there's women out there who know they men do that and still tell them other people's business and then wonder why don't nobody like neither one of them.
No, it's definitely men out there that do that. It's definitely.
Right. And I know, I mean, I have a husband that talks a lot, but somebody. She said, "Oh my God, he does." But yeah, but he's more or less. I feel like he's in the moment. My husband gonna say, "I'm telling it all." You know, that's not even the truth.
I feel like if it's something you can say in passing, that's one thing. But if you have to give a disclaimer to your husband before you say it, like don't say nothing, but then you probably shouldn't be telling him.
Yeah,
you're probably right.
Okay.
Yeah, and everybody knows. Now, I mean, I know people that have said like, "Well, I can't tell my husband this because I know for sure he's going to blab it." So I guess, I mean, you got to know who you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when you're dealing with your friend, you know what your friend wants to get out and what they don't want to get out. So again, if you have to say, don't say nothing, but Brittany said, like, that's too much already.
I mean, but Brittany already told me not to say nothing.
Right. So, and that goes back to my question before.
Okay.
So what's the difference in you telling him and gossiping to another best friend that you have?
I think in general,
because okay, I'm not gonna keep stirring this pot, but
it just depends on the relationship. So yeah, you have to know your husband. I don't think it goes for every marriage or every husband, but yeah, I mean, both people have to know their friends. So Brittany, you would have to know your married friends and whether or not, it's safe to tell them or not. But I don't
vent to God.
Huh?
Just vent to God because he ain't never said nothing to nobody.
That's right.
Smart choice. All right, so we're back to Dawn. It's your turn. Do you want a scenario, a question, or a meme?
I'm done with scenarios for now. Lord have mercy. Give me another question.
A question? All right, hold on. You only did one scenario.
And it was terrible. I don't even want another scenario.
We just did telling your husband scenario. We just did a whole.
That was an example.
All right, so question.
We did our own.
Okay, this is good for you because you're married or something. What misconception did you have about marriage before getting married?
What misconception did I have about marriage before getting married? I think one misconception I had was that it's not a misconception, but it could be that men are the head of the household. Men are supposed to take care of everything. The head of the household. And my misconception, it was about everything. Everything. Like, if I didn't want to work, I didn't have to. But in 2020, I had to. Like, because I'm just a working woman. But another misconception is, I hate to turn everything to sex, so I'm not going to do that. I don't know if I got married after I ran the street, so I think I was pretty clear.
What misconception about sex did you have? That there would be a lot of it, or there would be none of it, or What?
Both. It's a whole bunch of misconceptions that I could have had, but what did I believe and tune into? Because people think when you get married and you marry the right person, you never fight. But because I had been around, married people, like I said, people was already married. My parents were married. My friends were married. Like, I saw married people all the time. I knew that wasn't true. But it was just you got an ignorant husband. Do I expose that? Oh, do I tell everybody that's him? I don't know. I didn't really have a misconception. I went into it like wholeheartedly, like knowing it's roles in this marriage and you got to put in that work. I didn't know it was that much work though. I thought if you married somebody you loved, you could like not have this face. God.
Okay.
Like, what the? Who in the? So.
Okay. Sonny, did you have any misconceptions about marriage before you got married?
I thought and pardon me as I say this, I thought if I belonged to someone that I would feel complete. I thought I would be happy to finally be someone's wife. And after I got married, I lost my mind.
You lost your mind?
I lost my mind in the aspect of, because I grew up with separation issues, daddy in and out, daddy, Papa was a Rolling Stone. And so I looked at my husband and thought, you gonna leave me.
Oh.
Let's get this over with now. Let me do all the crazy stuff and see if you're gonna leave.
Instead, you pushed him. I
pushed him. I pushed every button I could.
Okay.
And thank God he comes from a stable family. But I never thought that would happen. I thought once I got married, I would have that peace, that comfort. I finally.
Oh yeah, you thought it would be euphoric consistently.
A whole nother door opened up, and I didn't recognize who I was. But we got through that, thank God, and here we are 19 years later, and it's a roller coaster. When people talked about like, oh yeah, you fall in and out of love, it's true.
Yeah.
Some days.
For my first marriage, the misconception I had was that I assumed that because we had both come from 2-parent homes, that our standards and expectations were the same.
Oh.
And so I would say rather quickly found out that wasn't the case. But even still, over the years, I thought that, the stability, what I thought was a stable home. So I'm trying to think of how to put this. So you know how people will say like every 2-parent home isn't necessarily happy just because it's 2 parents there, and it's not necessarily better than a single parent home. It's about, the love that's given, and it's about the peace and the comfort that's there. And so, yeah, I just automatically assumed that because he was raised in a 2-parent home and I was raised in a 2-parent home, that the things that I experienced and the things that I expected, so did he. But his home wasn't as pleasant or peaceful.
I'm with you on that one. Okay, you reminded me of a misconception. Yep. I thought that, I automatically thought, because of what you were saying, that once I got into my marriage, my husband would automatically fight for it. We would never get a divorce. I didn't even know. I was devastated. Do you hear me? When divorce came up, like I could cry now, and I have healed, not completely, but I was devastated. I could not believe that my sons would not have their dad in the home, because that apparently is a misconception. That you marry and they would never bring up divorce because they're honoring their vows and shit and such.
Right. And because they love you as much as you love them. And so if you're
they would fight. I would say, you're not honoring your vows. And this is like a man of church. So that was a complete misconception. I was like, oh my God, I picked the wrong one. But then now I know It happens.
It does. I'm sorry, Brittany. Didn't mean to leave you out.
Oh, it's cool.
Or Brittany can answer that. Like, what do you think about?
Yeah. What do you expect from marriage? Do you expect to get married? Do you want to get married? Do you have what are your expectations?
I don't know. I don't really have any. I mean, I think marriage is dope. I respect marriage. I would be lying if I said I had put a lot of thought into it. Just because, like, I respect marriage so much, I wouldn't go into it half-heartedly.
Okay.
And right now, that's not where my heart is, so I don't really think too much about it. I think in the past, I probably was like, ew, no. I thought it was boring.
Me too.
And I've come to see that, it don't have to be. That you can kind of do your own thing with it. But I think marriage is dope. I just think I haven't got to that bridge yet to cross it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
And when you cross it, bring some extra bricks and cement, girl. Shit. Get that bridge. Holy rebuild.
Have your toolkit ready. I said, have your toolkit ready.
Oh.
But my views are different, so I don't know.
Mine were too.
I look for more of a partnership than a fairy tale. You know what I mean?
For a fairy tale anymore, do they?
Some people do. Some people do. I want like a homie. I want someone who understands me, and I think kind of along the lines of what Sonny was saying. It don't have to be a perfect love, just more so of I know at least no matter what you got my back. That's a big deal for me.
Yeah,
that's major. That is major.
My whole thing is that home needs to be a safe space, a safe place where you can be yourself, and whoever you are, that you are accepted as you are,
and be a man.
And what'd you say?
That's a big deal for me too, Aisha, to be accepted as I am. I hear too many men saying what a woman should be and what a wife should be. And I don't even want to go through that. Like, if you don't like me how I am, just leave me where I'm at.
Gotcha. All right. Brittany, it's your turn.
Don't give me no more marriage, nothing. I don't want to deal with it.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Save that for your marriage shows.
I'll move past it. I'll move past that question if it comes up again.
Okay.
Don't you have a marriage show though, Aisha?
Yeah, me and Barry do the married game.
Say that for your married game shows, son.
But there might be people out there who want to know that it's possible. It's possible to be happy in marriage, and it doesn't have to be the fairy tale. I think we have a lot of fun.
I used to have fun.
I mean, we're two very strong-willed people.
Who you and your husband?
Me and my husband, yes. And I have to hear all the time about how he's a Taurus. Well, okay.
Barry is special, though. Barry is special. Did he come with a helmet, girl?
Don't be talking about my husband. My husband is a very intelligent man. He just has a comedic disposition.
And that's wonderful. If you're going to try to talk about comedians, because
I was trying to talk. I live with the man. I married him. All right. So, what did you choose?
I didn't. I'm between mean and.
Wait a minute. Hey guys, look. Men very rare chime in, right? Look, one chimed in.
That's Brandon. He used to work with us, Aisha. That's Brandon from Malcolm X.
Oh, hey, Brandon. I didn't. That's a long name.
Brandon Jigsaw.
That's him.
Okay, cool. What's up, Brandon?
He said if you think someone should be something, go and find that person and don't try to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Brittany and Brandon need to get together.
Okay.
You surprise me. No scenario, question or meme, either one.
Okay. Surprise you. Does she want to surprise Dawn? Dawn's been with me for some weeks. Let's see what we got here. Okay. It's a husband one. You want me to skip that?
Absolutely.
No, wait, read it first. Give it a chance.
What is that?
Because your husband came back home drunk.
Scratch out husband, your mate.
Your guy, your mate.
Are to undress him and wash him, only to find he's still. Whoa!
It's a meme, so I just found this on the internet.
Oh,
I don't know. Nobody submitted this.
oh.
Hey,
What was her
I
name?
don't think that's a question. We all.
That's not a meme. That's a question. A meme is mm-mm.
That ain't even a question. It's everybody gonna do the same thing. It's either first 48 or snap, whichever one y'all want to add a story on.
Whichever
It's
comes
not
first.
it's really no other.
You have handy. What's close by? Is it a hammer or is it scissors?
Right. It's nothing really to talk about.
What was her name? Angela Bobbitt?
Right.
Let's give her a do.
Tanisha said she's going to jail. I know that's right.
Two-piece spicy.
Thank you, lady. She got my bail money. It's nothing to talk about with that. Like,
Okay, let's go to the next one.
That's disgusting.
It's still for you, Brittany.
Okay, you come home from work and your boyfriend is sitting in the same place he was when you left this morning. What do you do? Is that a problem? I mean, I don't.
Well, looking at that picture.
Right. He cool with me if he sit like that.
Where's my control?
What's the problem? Maybe he was out that day and was chilling. I don't know. Like, was he supposed to have been doing something for me that he didn't do? Or
right.
That's not a
is that an everyday thing?
Right. Like that's not really an issue.
I mean, does he have COVID? Is he sick? What the fuck? Get up and work.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Maybe if he was just off that day and was chilling, I mean, that's
what's up. Especially.
So he's trifling. He's talking about the last one. Okay.
Truth or dare. Oh, if he's built like that, no problem.
No problem. That's what I see. Yeah, I mean, they didn't say every day. They just said that day. So I don't see that being.
Okay, so one day, no problem. But what if it's like that for every day for 2 weeks?
That I come home and he's sitting in the same spot.
Yeah,
it's everything.
And I'm to assume that he didn't leave the spot and just so happened to be right back there when I got home, but he just been there.
That's what we're going for.
That's what it seems as though. Like,
okay.
I mean, I hope he got up to use the bathroom or do something. I'm sorry.
Get your raw ass off my couch.
She said the house looked
right. And that's why I don't know. But Aisha said 2 weeks straight that he ain't got up. I don't know. These are vague questions. Is he on vacation? Because that don't mean he don't work. Maybe he just.
Okay, what was the first thing that came to your mind?
Honestly, the first thing that came to my mind was just completely honest. Maybe he was off that day and took a day to chill, and that's what he chose to do on his own day.
What would you do? Sit on his lap, make some dinner, ask him a question?
Probably both. All of the above. I wouldn't trip because if he was just chilling, I mean. That's what I'm saying. Like if he was on vacation, I probably the house looked clean. Now if the house was in shambles and he been sitting there all day, that's different. But I probably would like hug him, fix him something to eat or something. I mean, I don't see the problem with
that. But if he was home 8 hours, he probably should have my dinner ready, and I wouldn't have a problem either. I'm with you, Brittany. If it's that picture right there.
It's kind of hard to be mad at him. I mean,
8 hours, how long that bulb been there?
Well, John, remember last week when we were talking, somebody said something about it's a lot easier if you're dating or in a relationship with somebody that you're attracted to versus not attracted to, because when you get mad,
if
you're not attracted, it makes it real hard to make up. But if you're attractive, you be like, okay, we can work.
Because my mouth, first thing coming out, your ugly ass off my see. But if he,
you say that's the first thing coming out your mouth.
They'll be arguing.
It could very well be a software developer, game developer. Maybe he's at work.
And maybe
See, I don't know.
And maybe if you have a problem with him sitting on that couch, you got a problem with yourself. But if the question was to imply something else, the picture does not match it.
Right. I think that's why I'm struggling, because it.
She said it looked like he was, I guess, intentionally waiting for his wife or girlfriend to get home. That works.
Let's go, team. Get in the game.
That's funny. Okay.
Yeah, I'm with Don. I think the question was implying something else, but the picture didn't match, so it didn't really. Yeah.
Like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Jacked up house.
Right.
Didn't look like that.
Right, like the kids wasn't running all around. The house wasn't dirty. It looked like he was just sitting there playing the video game. So.
I would have to get a towel for him though, because I just paid $250 to get my couch clean from my dog being on it.
It's funny. All right, we have more minutes left. Let me see if it's a scenario worth talking about. Otherwise, we could talk it out. So
okay.
Since I'm the last one. Oh, what did I share? Okay, I'm gonna do a scenario. Let's see what we got. Oh, okay, let me read it real fast. I have been single for 7 years. After changing my life from toxic relationships and alcohol abuse, I started building my career in addiction counseling and mental health to give back to my community. I set up boundaries because I know one drink for me would change my life forever. It seems men run from me when I say I don't drink. What are some things I can do to start dating? Probably they run from her when she says she doesn't drink. I would just think she's probably looking in the wrong places. I would have
Stop hanging out at the bar, sober bitch.
Right. It's dating. Like whether she drink or not, everybody ain't gonna be for you. It's dating, trial and error. You got to keep dating. And
right.
It's right. Now, why you going to drinking places if you don't drink?
And you know what? Those sober people become very judgy when you are the one that's drinking and they aren't.
And that's probably why they running from her, not because she don't drink, but because she looking at them sideways when they want to have a drink. Just because you an alcoholic, baby, don't mean we can't drink.
It don't mean right. And now you asking how many I had? 6, bitch. 6. I'm fucking.
And want another one.
She needs to hang out at the
AA meeting with some more sober people.
The AA meeting.
The AA meeting is a good place though, because then they all have the same weakness.
AA. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm sorry. After changing my life for toxic relationships and alcohol abuse. Oh, you know what? That was inconsiderate of me. I'm so sorry.
Well, I think that she should just find different places to hang out. So not an AA meeting. Not saying she shouldn't go, but I don't think she should look for her dates there.
I think they're the only people who might really relate to her sobriety.
Right.
People who don't drink.
Well, but she said this one drink would change her life forever. And
it's heavy.
Right. And she said, I set boundaries because I know one drink will change my life forever. It seems men run from me when I say I don't drink. But you don't see right here. She just does not say I don't drink. She says I don't drink because I was drinking all the whiskey for 15 years. I dropped Campbell soup on my leg. I slapped my baby. Like that's why they running. Because she had problems.
They won't just leave because you say, "Oh, I don't drink."
No.
Okay, let's get a coffee. I mean,
there's something else you could do.
Stop mentioning.
If she is just saying I don't drink and they're running, then she's just in the wrong place. Because who really does that? Run from them?
Yeah, I'm telling you, she drops what she did when she was drunk, and then they be like, "Oh, no."
Yeah, because they don't want to be responsible for that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to hang out with her either. Like, damn, you can't have a sip or you gonna like that. I wouldn't want to either.
Wait, Brittany says she can't sit with us.
She can't, Brittany. Like, she wouldn't make it on Brittany, because that's no.
That's funny. Okay, ladies, it is 59 minutes and 45 seconds into the show, so I have to close out. But please hold on, wait in the waiting room. I
Okay.
shall return. All right. Cool. Everybody there?
Okay.
Okay. I want to thank you for hanging out with me on Candid Conversations Girl Talk with Dom B, Sunsay, and Brittany, and yours truly, Aisha. I want to remind you, as always, to know and embrace true love because you're worth it. Have a blessed evening. Good night.